Trump's got another plan just so crazy, it just might work. Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what we should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. Rich, let's IPO. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Okay. The article we're looking at today is from AI Invest, but there's a few of them out there. Trump's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac IPO plan, a potential solution for lower mortgage rates. So, Rich, just before we get into this, real quick primer. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac went into government stewardship. Why, and was that supposed to be a permanent solution?
Well, yeah, if you don't remember, Fannie and Freddie are public companies that were going under during the Great Recession, the financial crash back in 2008, and the government had to take over. So since then, they've been earning a ton of money for the U.S. government. And at this point, there's a lot of folks saying they need to be out from under the government, out from under conservatorship, and this is how we're going to do it.
Ultimately, we saw that correction out of 2008. It was pretty successful as far as kind of re-regulating the housing industry. Things, got back to normal. We had really low interest rates for a long time. Things seem to be chugging along. We've had all these housing issues over the past several years with high costs, high rates. So why is the White House looking at this now as a solution to some of these issues?
Well, a couple of issues. One, it's a really good opportunity for the government to sell their preferred shares for a ton of money, which would help apply towards our deficit and debt. So that's one of the motivations behind it. But there's always another motivation, which is there are a lot of hedge firms that want to take those funds and go make some money with it. And like Bill Ackman is one of the renowned ones. He's saying, let's take these preferred shares IPO, let the public buy them, bring the money in, and we can invest those funds and let them go out on their own. Opponents to this are saying, hey, you do this, and now you have a for-profit entity that is likely going to drive rates up, not control rates and keep them more affordable for the public.
Well, Rich, there is some opposition to that, like you said, but on the flip side of that, the idea might be that if you have Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and maybe they're two separate things, they're separate IPOs, then there would kind of create some competition there. Is there room for that in this argument?
Of course, but that's not what Trump put out. He put out America's Mortgage Corporation. We're talking about one big entity. It could be a very good opportunity for the government to cash in on that investment and apply it towards our debt. It is, but it must have explicit guarantees or implied guarantees from the government that the government is still going to cover those loans if those entities were to fail. And trust me, it's not going to be your average Joe buying these IPOs, buying these shares. They're going to be giant hedge firms, and they are not going to want to take the risk. They're going to want the government to take the risk. They just want to take all the profit. So we're going to see how that all irons out, because I don't think, Bill Ackman is going to say, I'm going to pump all this funds into it and then be liable for risk, a giant risk, which is what Fannie and Freddie are. They are America's Mortgage Corporation. Like, they really are. And there is a lot of risk there. If we have a downturn in economy and things go crazy, you get loan failures, lots of loss. And these hedge firms don't like loss.
Yeah, we definitely want to maintain the good lessons that we learned from 08, 09. So, Rich, what else is in here that we're not talking about that we should be talking about?
Well, there's just so much unknown. They've been talking about, listen, Fannie and Freddie, they're up over 150%. Their shares that are outstanding are up 150%, over 150% year to date, because they're making a ton of money. Every single loan that they're buying and insuring are quality loans. We're doing the highest FICO borrowers today, which is unfortunate, by the way, but the quality of the loans that these corporations are bringing in today are incredible. So it is a great investment for a lot of these. But you got to, the opponents are saying, hey, well, if they're for profit and all of this stuff, what's going to happen to affordable housing initiatives? How are they going to, be behind that if profit is going to be the driver of these businesses? And so that's what everybody's worried about. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be ironed out. We're hoping to see the best of both worlds, because obviously we'd love to see the government pay down debt with their investment they made back in 2008, even though these two companies have been pumping a ton of cash in the government since 2000, well, basically since 2012 when they broke even. So, it's a crazy thing that's happening right now.
Yeah, and ultimately, obviously, the hope is that we would find a solution that works for the consumer, for the borrower, to be able to kind of help us get back to, allowing people to get in homes at affordable rates, affordable costs. So that's the ultimate goal. Rich, what are we doing here at Network to help our borrowers navigate these tough markets?
Again, there's nothing new. Right now, we're educating our borrowers, our real estate partners on what products are available every single day to help more buyers qualify to buy in this market. And there are lots of programs, and it just takes the right educated, loan professional to educate buyers and let them know what's available to them to encourage them to get out there and buy.
Buyers need to be working with educated loan officers, and loan officers need to be working with great companies that can educate and help them grow. And that's what we are at Network Funding. Rich, I know you play a big part in that. We want all of our people to be their best selves. And so we are always working to that end and always giving them the tools, resources, technology, and marketing that they need. So, Rich, we'll put your information below, or you can go to u.nflp.com to learn more. Rich, any final words on this or anything else going on this week you want to talk about?
That's it. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about this and other things. Things happen so quickly, and that's what's cool about this. What we're doing here is we get to put it out there and talk about it and just put some opinion behind it and go on with our day.
All right. Well, you guys out there enjoy the last couple of days or weeks of summer. I know we have back to school coming up, and so we just wish you guys all the best and getting back out there with a normal regimented schedule and hustling to make things work for your buyers and borrowers. Rich, thanks so much for making me smart on this today. Thanks everyone out there for watching and listening. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.